Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada. Where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am glad that we are here together. Yes, happy Thursday. This week is throwing me off because we started on Tuesday, and then I had work Tuesday, then was off Wednesday, and is off today. So it's all over the place. I cannot tell you what day it is right now, but I want to say it is Thursday. Good morning to you and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining me today. And yes, I'm glad that we're here together. We're finally bringing a book that we tried to read on the 16th of December, but then had to make a change, a change because of something else that came up that day. But today we bring it back. Tree of Wonder. This one coming to you from, yes, the queen of nonfiction, Kate Messner. And this one is illustrated by Simona Mulazzani. Welcome to Story Time, and thank you so much for joining in. I hope that you are ready for this one, and it is coming to you from Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Tree of Wonder, the many marvelous lives of a rainforest tree. And yes, we get to read all about it today and get to enjoy it. Thank you so much for joining in today. I am glad that you are here. Tree of Wonder. It is coming up very shortly. And I must also say that there is a video that we will not be showing on Story Time, but I'll put it in the chat, and that way you'll be able to access it. And also I will make sure today to put it on the Storytime platform so you're able to get it from there. And it is pretty much this book in a video, but yeah, get to watch it if you get a chance. It is so just so well done, and so much information in there too for you to pick up. And once we read the book, then you can also compare and see what little bit of information was left out, or indeed from the other. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Please, as always, let us know where you're joining in from and who is joining in with you. Yes, we want to say hello to them too. And of course, if you're alone, welcome still to Story Time. Thank you for being a part of this wonderful community. Thank you for always bringing your positive vibes. We appreciate you. And of course, today too, we're thinking out here in the Bay Area, there's been a storm that has been going through, a rainstorm that has been going through, and of course there's been flooding and trees falling in places and so on. And so just thinking of our friends that have been adversely affected by this weather. We know that there are power outages and people need heat, people need power for many different things, powering health machines and so on. And so really we hope that power, water, everything is restored quickly, and also that emergency workers can get to them as early as possible. So please, if you do not need to be on the road and follow the advice, please stay away, stay home, and let the emergency workers do their thing. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time, and welcome. We're coming to you from Oakland, California. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Absolutely appreciate you. And of course, today too, a big thank you to Soraya and of course Sharon Lungo for sending us this amazing picture of a rainbow out there at the gateway of Southern California and at the gateway of Southern California and the Central Valley, and that is the Tejon Pass, and that's a rainbow out at the Tejon Pass here in California. And of course, that beautiful picture taken by Soraya. Thank you so much for submitting this one. Please keep sending us your images so we can share them here. Thank you. We've traveled today. We're all the way out at the Tejon Pass. Thank you so much for joining in. And just a little bit more information, not deeply researched, but here we are. The Tejon Pass is a mountain pass between the southern end of the Tehachapi Mountains and northeastern San Emigdio Mountains, linking Southern California north to the Central Valley. Thank you so much, Soraya. Thank you indeed for this wonderful image. Yes, there we go. Thank you. So please, if you do have images, follow suit, send them to Storytime so we can share them right here. Thank you so much for joining in. Absolutely appreciate you all. And of course, too, let us not forget that, yes, Marietta has a book coming out, and of course, it is coming out soon. This one is coming out on March 1st, so please keep a lookout on that one. Ask for it at your local library, and of course, find it where you find books. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime this morning. Thank you, and of course, our wonderful lineup this week. And today we're reading Tree of Wonder, and after that, we have one more beautiful book coming up, and that one is called Grandpa, Is Everything Black Bad? Great question, and we will be tackling that issue tomorrow. So start thinking about it. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Let us see who is with us this morning, ready to enjoy a wonderful story. Good morning to you. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us. Christine Costa, thank you for being here. And of course, a big good morning to you. And Happy New Year, Miles and Owen. Thank you so much for joining us. Glad you're here. Good to see you again on Storytime. Thank you so much for joining in. They're jumping and wiggling with Storytime excitement. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you. You're making my heart extra glad this morning. Thank you so much, Miles and Owen, and welcome to Storytime. Love it. Thank you so much for that. Hugs to you. Welcome to Storytime today, joining us out in Massachusetts. Thank you indeed for being here. Good morning to you, Sarah and Nathan in Cool, Illinois. Thank you so much for tuning in. And you say we read about the weather you're having in Oakland, and I'm hoping you and all others are safe. Well, thank you so much indeed. I appreciate you, Nathan and Sarah, and of course, Amanda West. Thank you indeed. Yes, okay here, but I've definitely seen the news, and there've been there are other people that have been adversely affected, worse off. I am okay. We're okay here. So thank you for asking, and indeed sending those positive vibes to everybody out there. Thank you so much, Amanda West, Nathan, and Sarah. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. Thank you for being here. Good morning to you, Sharon Lungo. How are you doing? And of course, Soraya. And Soraya, I must say one more time, thank you for this beautiful picture that you sent us. Absolutely appreciate you. And yes, for those of us that did not know a little bit about the Tejon Pass, now we know, or indeed we can go deeper and read more about it. Thank you so much for joining in. And yes, for those of us that do not know, the Tejon Pass is a mountain pass between the southwest end of the Tehachapi Mountains and northeastern San Emigdio Mountains, linking Southern California north to the Central Valley. Thank you so much for sharing that. Absolutely appreciate you, Soraya. And yes, indeed, good morning to you as well. Tara McNamara, how are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Thank you for being here from a cold and rainy Massachusetts. Oh, Erin and Clara sending their love to everyone. Well, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here, Erin and Clara, and hope you're feeling better, feeling strong. And indeed, thank you for being here on Storytime. Days off. I hope you're enjoying your days off of school. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely love it. Well, Soraya, we are excited to see your photo too. Thank you so much for sharing it. Yes, quite the capture that one is. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Please, please, please do stick around. Get ready, get comfortable, get cozy as we'll be getting started with our story for today, Tree of Wonder. And this one is coming to us from Kate Messner, Simona Mulazzani, and of course the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining in today. Absolutely appreciate you all. And before we move on, let me actually just put that video in the comments so that then you have it, and we are ready to enjoy that one for later. Yes, let me just pull it up right here, and we'll be right back. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime this morning. Absolutely appreciate you. All right, and welcome back. And we have it now in there. So it should be in your comments. Just check in there and get to enjoy this wonderful video. It is from the Daily Martian, and you'll be able to see it right there. So it is right now in your comments. And whenever you have a chance, please go ahead and look at it. But it is beautiful, talking about the same, well, pretty much the same topic that we have in this wonderful book. Thank you so much for joining in. And we'll be back after this short break when we can get started with our story for today. This one is called Tree of Wonder, coming to us from Kate Messner and Simona Mulazzani. And of course, a big thank you to Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Join me on the other side of this short message when we are back for our story for today. Go, 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 grab what you need right now, and indeed come back for more story time. Thank you so much for joining in today, and I will see you on the other side of this short message.
Have you ever wondered what makes you special? Maybe it's the color of your eyes. Maybe it's something that you can do, like sing. Well, with my brand new book, I See Me, you'll find out exactly what makes you awesomely special. Make sure you keep in touch with me on my social media handles and at Just in Time for Storytime. You're watching Storytime with Mr. Lamont.
Thank you indeed, Justin, and welcome back. Yes, if you've not checked out Just in Time for Storytime, please do. And of course, you can find our conversation here, down here at Storytime for the new book, I See Me. Find that one and indeed get to enjoy the beautiful conversation that we had and get to learn a little bit more about Just in Time Storytime and, of course, Justin Ford. Thank you so much for joining in. And, of course, his new book. Here we go today with our story. And this one is called The Tree of Wonder, the many marvelous lives of a rainforest tree. This one is written by Kate Messner, illustrations by Simona Mulazzani, and we're reading this one with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Big thank you to them indeed. Here we go. Oh, there is more to discover. Look at that. Who do we have there? Whoa. I see a spider. What do you see? Yeah. So much more. Yes. Tree of Wonder, the many marvelous lives of a rainforest tree. This one is written by Kate Messner and illustrations by Simona Mulazzani, and we're reading it with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Deep in the rainforest, in the warm, wet green, one almendro tree grows, stretching its branches toward the sun. Among these nailed roots and rotted bark, crisscross limbs and rain-drenched leaves, a whole hidden world bustles and thrives. Oh, yes. Have you been to a rainforest before? Have you seen the almendro tree before? Well, we're learning more about it today. It says on here, a single almendro tree can produce more than 1,000,000 flowers when it blooms. Later, animals will come from all over the forest to eat the fruit that it bears. Many others are already here, hidden in the shadows and leaves, and depend on the tree not just for food, but for a home. In all, more than 1,000 different living things depend on this tree. Can you believe that? Can you imagine that? Yes, all in all, more than 1,000 different living things depend on this tree. Just this one tree. So much life. Yes, deep in the rainforest, in the warm, wet green, one almendro tree grows, stretching its branches toward the sun. Among these nailed roots and rotted bark, crisscross limbs and rain-drenched leaves, a whole hidden world bustles and thrives. More than 1,000 different living things depend on this tree. Look up, way up! Great green macaws nest in the hollow left by a fallen branch. Soon there will be more. Oh wow. Soon there will be more. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Look up, way up. Great green macaws nest in the hollow left by a fallen branch. Soon there will be more. And that's 2 macaws. Can you see them? We had 1 almendro tree, 2 macaws. Can you see them in their beautiful color? Flocks of great green macaws will come to feast on the almendro tree's ripe fruit. But it's likely that just one couple will make its home in the tree. Great green macaws, or lapis verdes as they are known in Latin America, mate for life and return to the same nest hole each year. They lay eggs and raise chicks in the almendro tree, drink water that collects in the tree's cavities, and feast on the fruit as it ripens. Aw, thank you, almendro tree. Home to these beautiful macaws. How many do you see? 1, 2. Oh, yes. Ah. Who else? Who else makes a home in this wonderful tree? Wow. Who's hungry? Kill Bill toucans. And how many do we see? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness. Kill Bill toucans bark and squawk and squabble over breakfast. Hope none of us are squabbling over breakfast this morning. Kill Bill toucans often travel in flocks of 4 to 12 birds. They are easy to recognize by the colorful bills which they use to pick fruit. Toucans sometimes use their bills to toss fruit to one another as if they are playing a game. Oh, yes. Kill Bill toucans bark and squawk and squabble over breakfast. Yes. Now we know Kill Bill toucans. I'm almost saying Kill Bill because of the show, but here we go. Kill Bill toucans often travel in flocks of 4 to 12 birds. They are easy to recognize by their colorful bills, and which they use to pick fruit. Toucans sometimes use their bills to toss food to one another as if they are playing a game. Yes, indeed. Who else is here? Can we count them? Who's that? What's that growly, roaring sound? Howler monkeys swing and balance, chasing each other from branch to branch. Tag, you're it! That fruit is mine! How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my goodness. 8 howler monkeys. Wow. Can we skip count? 2, 4, 6, 8. Wow. That was awesome. Howler monkeys usually live in troops, groups that range from just a few to nearly 20. They are the largest and loudest monkeys in Latin America. Male howler monkeys have extra large throats and vocal chambers so powerful their call can be heard 3 miles or 5 kilometers away. That is quite the distance. They are telling other monkeys this territory is taken by our troop, so keep moving. When howler monkeys take fruit from the almendro tree, they sometimes carry it away and drop their leftovers on the ground, spreading its seeds. In this way, the almendro tree feeds the monkeys and the forest at once. Isn't it amazing how nature is so interconnected? Yeah. A reminder that the little things that we do matter. You know, it's not just our lives, but the lives of animals and many, many others, right? Yeah. But who else is here? Well, deep in the moist, dark hollow, step inside and shine a light. What are you going to find? Oh, fruit bats! Sleep the day away upside down. When night comes, it will be their turn to feast on fruit. How many fruit bats do we see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of fruit bats. Wow. Yeah. And you know what? They sleep during the day, and when nighttime comes, it will be their turn to feast on fruit. Let's read a little bit more about them. During the day, groups of 5 to 20 fruit bats roost in caves or hollow trees. At night, they fly out to feed and may carry fruit to eating roosts far away. They gnaw off the flesh and drop the seeds to the forest floor. If someone buries the seeds, they might sprout. Plants with lighter seeds rely on wind to scatter them, but heavy seeds like the almendro trees need help from animals like the bats and monkeys. Oh, yeah, right? Trees or plants with lighter seeds rely on the wind to move those seeds, right? But heavier seeds like ones of the almendro depend on animals like the bats and monkeys. Oh. Who else? Who else? I hear you. Yes, who else is here? Oh my goodness. Watch where you fly. Fruit bats. Watch where you fly, fruit bats. Watch out. Featherlance vipers. A mother and her newborn babies lurk, curled and coiled, waiting for prey. Oh, you do not want to be prey. Watch out. Whoa, that is a lot of featherlance vipers. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. My goodness, that is a lot of featherlance vipers. I love snakes, but from a distance. I don't know about you. 32 featherless vipers. You know what else is 32? I think humans, and I stand corrected here. If anybody else has more accurate information watching, please do share it. But I think humans, we do have 32 teeth, full-grown humans. Of course, a human adult will have 32 teeth, or is it 34? Now I'm second guessing myself, but I'll say 32 for now. Please, if you know, put it in the comments. A female featherlands may give birth to more than 50 live young snakes at a single time. Can you imagine that? A female featherlands may give birth to more than 50 live young snakes at a time, each one about 1 foot or 30 centimeters long. The featherlands loves fallen branches and rotten logs on the forest floor. Females are larger than males and can grow to be 8 feet or 2.4 meters. Wow. Even the babies can give a painful and dangerous bite. Toxic venom and an aggressive attitude make the featherlands the deadliest snake in Costa Rica. Yeah, and I had a bit more information on that too. Here we go. Let me see. Yes, there we go. It is the most dangerous snake of Central and South America, and causes more human deaths than any other American reptile. On average, a featherlands injects about 105 milligrams of venom, and it only takes about 50 milligrams of venom to be fatal to a human. So yeah, quite dangerous out there. Yeah, and I hope that you get to read some more on these amazing creatures, of course. 32 of them on this page. Oh my goodness. Are you ready for the next one? What do you think? What else depends on this almendro tree for life? Well, let us find out. Whoa! 64 goodies. Oh my goodness. Someone else is searching for food. A goodies sniff and snuffle the forest floor. They gorge on fallen fruit. They gather more. A goodies stockpile food, hiding it away for later. Ah, smart. Can you see them? There they are. Yeah. What do we know about them? 64 of them. Oh my goodness. Agoutis usually live in small family groups, but may gather in groups of up to 100 to feed. These animals help the almendro tree by collecting its seeds and burying them in secret stashes all over the forest, the same way squirrels might bury acorns in your lawn. Scientists say these animals are scatter holding, hiding food in many places so that if another animal discovers one hiding spot, they will still have plenty of food left. Agoutis bury so much food they can't keep track of it all, and some of these forgotten seeds grow into new almendro trees. Aw. Yes, hide some of that food, put it away, stash it away. Yes, keep for a rainy day. And also, in case you forget where you hid the first one. Oh, a goodies, 64 of them. Oh my goodness. I'll just skip count for the 64, right? Can we do that? All right. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. Am I right? Oh, this is 6. I'm sorry. There's 6 groups. So it's 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 58, and 64. Oh my goodness. Oh my. That is a lot. I had to think a little bit for that one. My brain was not caught up yet. Oh, here we go. What do we have now? Well, wow. 128 blue morpho butterflies. Oh, what's your story, blue morpho butterflies? Someone's playing hide and seek. Blue morpho butterflies flatter through leaves on electric blue wings and then land, brown bark invisible on the trunk. Oh my goodness, some camouflage going on over here. A single almendro tree can easily supply food for more than 100 blue morpho butterflies. Blue morphos sip the juice from the fruit of the almendro tree after it falls and begins to rot. Scientists believe these butterflies may deter predators by roosting in groups, flashing their bright blue wings to surprise them, and by folding up their wings so the brown side blends in with the tree bark and leaf litter. The wings even have eye markings to make the butterflies resemble the face of an owl or a hawk. Oh, wow. Amazing nature's adaptations, isn't it? Smart. Yep. How did you deter predators? Well, roost in groups, have camouflage, and also this is a beautiful adaptation. The wings even have eye markings to make the butterflies seem like they have a face, like the face of an owl or a hawk. Wow. Well, what else do we have? Oh my goodness. 256 dart frogs. Oh my goodness. That is such a big number. With sticky toes and careful steps, poison dart frogs climb, carrying babies on their backs. Male poison dart frogs gather in large groups before mating. Then each female lays up to 5 or 6 eggs on the forest floor. Once the tadpoles hatch, their parents give them a piggyback ride one or two at a time up into the tree. Almendro trees are home to many air plants and bromeliads, which catch and hold pools of water in the rainforest downpours. Here, the tadpoles are safer from predators than they would be on the ground. Amazing, isn't it? Yep. This one almendro tree, so much life, so much wonder. Yeah. 256. Oh my goodness, what else? Look at that. Wow. 512. What's that? But not every crevice is safe on the almendro tree. Rusty, wandering spiders venture out from their mother's care. They will build lairs of their own and wait for dinner. Oh. After mating, a female rusty, wandering spider can lay hundreds of eggs in a sack that she will carry until it's time for her babies to hatch. Not all of those eggs will develop into spiders, but those that do will likely attach a dragline to the plant and drop down to find a lower leaf for its lair. Rusty, wandering spiders find many places to hide on an almendro tree, tucked inside leaves where insects come for shelter. Some large wandering spiders even hunt for frogs by sensing the vibrations produced when frogs make courtship calls. Wow. Can you imagine that? Huge spiders that can even hunt frogs. Wow. Yes, rusty, wandering spiders. 512 of them on this page. What else do we have? Let us see. Beneath the forest floor, Leafcutter ants scurry over twisted roots, hauling cargo over their backs. Oh, how many ants are there today? Oh my goodness. 1,024. Oh my goodness. Leafcutter ants live in underground colonies that range from several dozen to more than 3 or 4 million. Wow. These ants don't eat the leaves they collect. Instead, the ants take them to their nests, chew them up, and use them to feed the fungus they grow for their own meals. A single ant colony can strip a tree of its leaves in one day, but the other ants rotate the plants they visit, so they rarely kill a whole tree. These ants take from the almendro tree, but they also give something back. When the ants cut holes in the canopies of their trees, light shines through the forest so new almendro trees can grow. Isn't that amazing? When you look at it at first glance, you think, well, they're destroying the trees. But by eating away some of those leaves, they let the light in, light that is needed for plants to grow. Amazing. Yes, those are the leaf cutter ants. Wow. And on this page, 1,024 of them. Isn't that amazing? Wow. What else do we have? Oh my goodness. Life multiplies again and again in this one almendro tree. Oh. Yes, so much life. Can you see? Our toucans, our macaws, our howler monkeys, our butterflies, our frogs, ants. So much. Life multiplies again and again in this one almendro tree. And that is the end of our story. And of course, if you do get a chance to get this book or find it at your local library, please read. There's so much information at the back here too. The almendro tree, rainforest map, and so much more to discover at the back. Get a chance, get it, and of course, get to discover more. Thank you so much for joining in today. This has been Story Time for today. This has been our book, and this one is called Tree of Wonder: The Many Marvelous Lives of a Rainforest Tree. And of course, it is written by the queen of nonfiction, Kate Messner, and illustrations by Simona Mulazzani. And of course, reading this one with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you for being here for this one. Join me on the other side of this short break when we're back for more story time. Thank you so much for being here with us. Absolutely appreciate you all.
Hi, friends. I hope you're enjoying today's story on Storytime with Mr. Lamata. I know I am. My name is Angela Dalton, and I'm the author of picture books, including If You Look Up to the Sky, Show the World, and Ruby's Reunion Day Dinner, all of which you can hear Mr. Lamata read right here on Storytime with Mr. Lamata. I hope you continue to enjoy today's story, and I hope to see you soon. Okay, bye.
Welcome back, friends. Thank you so much for joining in today on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed that wonderful book. Lots of information for sure. Of course, one of the ones that we read about was the featherlance snake, the featherlance viper, and it is the most dangerous snake in Central and South America and causes more human deaths than any other American reptile. On average, a featherlance injects 105 milligrams of venom. 50 milligrams is fatal for a human. That's incredible. And of course, too, I did there's one other detail I found out. I think when harvested, when the venom is harvested, they can produce even more than 105 milligrams. I think it is I think it may be said it could be about 300, and I will look up that information further. But thank you so much for joining in today, and I hope you enjoyed that one. And remember too that we do have this wonderful video. It is there in the comments. It is from Daily Motion, and you can read a lot more. Well, you can get to enjoy it and learn a lot more about the almendro tree, and of course the the life that depends on it. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. So please do check that one out. It is there in our comments. And so if you just check your comments, you should be able to find it. Daily Motion, and there is our video, and get to enjoy it. It is a wonderful learning indeed. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate you. And of course, thank you to you, Soraya, for that beautiful image that you sent us. Thank you. This one out here from out there in Tahune Pass, right here in California. Thank you so much for joining in. And please, if you do have photos that you'd like to submit to us, please send them, message them, email them. If you have contacts, please send them to me, and I'll put up those that information as well as we roll out. So please send them to us so we can get to enjoy them. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime with us. Good morning to you one more time. How are you doing, Miles and Owen? And I hope you learned something from our book today. Amazing book indeed. Tree of Wonder indeed. And the many marvelous lives of a rainforest tree. Yes, that is appropriate. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. But remember, we're not done this week. We're back again tomorrow with another exciting book. And this time we'll be reading this one. Grandpa, Is Everything Black Bad? And this one will be coming to you from Sandy Lynn Holman and Leila Kometiani. So do join us tomorrow and get to enjoy this one. And there is a question for you to ponder until we meet tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Thank you for your energy. Love it. Owen and Miles, thank you so much for joining us out there in Massachusetts. And of course, Christine Costa, sending you hugs and love. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Nathan, thank you so much. And of course, Sarah, thank you so much for joining us. Hope we all learned something today from that amazing book. And you're joining us from out there in cool Illinois today. And we read about the weather you're having out there in Oakland. Well, thank you. And indeed, you're hoping and sending that we're safe, and of course, others as well. Well, thank you so much. Absolutely appreciate you. And putting those positive vibes out into the world. Yes, much needed. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Good morning to you, Soraya. Thank you so much for joining us from right here in Oakland. And of course, Sharon Lungo, good morning to you. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you indeed. Please be safe out there. If you're going to school today, be safe out there. And of course, parents driving, being on the road, please be extra careful. And of course, enjoy the rain puddles if you're out here with us in California. Thank you so much in the Bay Area. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. And of course, Tara McNamara, thank you so much for joining us out there where it is cold and rainy in Massachusetts today. Of course, Erin and Clara, thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing today? And of course, you're sending your love to everyone that is joining in Storytime today. Thank you so much for being here with us. Absolutely love it. And of course, Soraya, thank you for sharing your image today. Thank you for sharing that beautiful picture. And of course, definitely allowed me to read a little bit more about the Tahune Pass. Thank you for being here with us. And you have some information for us too. Thank you so much for sharing. The Tahune Pass is also sacred to the Yulume peoples of the Central Valley. Well, thank you so much for sharing that bit of information. I love that. Thank you indeed, Sharon Lungo and Soraya, for educating us this morning, for sharing that bit of information. And of course, please take some time whenever we talk about things here, find out a little bit more about them. And if you have those bits of information, please do share them with us so we can learn as well. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime. And I'm excited to be back again here with you tomorrow when we will be reading Grandpa, Is Everything Black Bad? Please do join me for this one tomorrow and let us read this wonderful, heartwarming book. Yes, with a question to ponder for today until we meet. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And of course, please remember too that, yes, brand new book coming out. We're excited for this one. It is coming from Marietta and Henry. We're sending you love as well. And this one is coming out on March 1st, 2020. 2023. And of course, too, if you know where to get us, if you don't have the contacts for story time, those are the contacts for story time. So you can send us your pictures and everything else in there. Thank you so much for joining in story time. Absolutely appreciate you. Please have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day indeed. And of course, spare thought for those that are not doing too well right now, for those that, have been affected by the weather that we're having out here, and so much more that is going on in the world. But indeed, please just do your best every single time. Try and do your best. And it's not always going to be perfect, but let's just try. And of course, if we fail at it, it's okay. Sometimes we don't get things done, we don't get things right, but that's part of the process. We come back at it and try again. Thank you so much for joining in story time. Much love from me, and I will see you again tomorrow when we are back for more story time. Much love from me. Bye bye.
Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time. Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing